All right, get ready to walk all over this. We're talking rugs today. Ever pictured spilling red wine on a white rug right before a big party?
Oh, that's like a nightmare scenario.
Right. But we're here to help you avoid those mini heart attacks. Today's deep dive, all about rug care. We dug into articles about different rug types, how to keep them clean, even industry reports with some pretty interesting trends.
Oh, and we can't forget the expert advice. The Wool Safe organization. They really know their stuff.
By the end of this, you'll be able to impress your friends with your rug knowledge. Seriously, you won't believe how much goes into those plush floor companions.
We just kind of, walk all over them. But they totally change your room.
Absolutely. The articles we read really emphasize that point. They absorb sound, make a place feel cozier, and get this, some folks say they actually help with air quality.
It's all about those fibers. They trap dust, allergens, all that stuff that would usually just be floating around.
So they're like the silent protectors of our respiratory systems.
Pretty much. But that does mean, like, cleaning them is important. We can circle back to that, though.
Definitely will. Okay, so rugs, they're like the unsung heroes of home decor, right? They make a space feel warm, stylish, even clean the air we breathe. But with so many choices out there, how do you pick the right rug for your lifestyle?
So many choices. You've got those super plush rugs begging you to sink your toes in, and then there's sleek, flat woven ones for high traffic spots. And that's just the styles. We haven't even gotten to the materials yet.
It's true, it can feel overwhelming. And the material definitely seems key, especially for cleaning. What's the deal with all the different types of fibers and how they affect cleaning?
Well, you've got your all-star wool. So durable, naturally stain-resistant. They can last forever if you take care of them. Those heirloom rugs you hear about, passed down through families, probably wool.
That makes so much sense. My grandmother has this wool rug. It's ancient, but still looks incredible. But wool can be kind of pricey, right?
It can be, yeah. But because they last so long, it's often worth the initial cost. Now, if you want pure luxury, silk rugs are where it's at.
Okay, I can imagine those intricate designs, that beautiful sheen.
Exactly.
I'm guessing they need a bit more TLC than the average rug.
You'd be right. Silk is delicate. Gentle cleaning only? Absolutely not for high-traffic areas.
So probably not great for a house full of kids and pets then.
Probably not, unless you're okay with, like, roping it off and putting up a look but don't touch sign. Now, if you're looking for something more budget-friendly and a little more forgiving, synthetics are your friend.
Like nylon or polypropylene.
Yep, those are good examples. They're usually cheaper, pretty stain-resistant, and they come in tons of styles and colors.
Perfect for someone who likes to switch up their decor. Or spills, lots of spills.
Exactly. Also good for people with allergies. Synthetics don't really attract dust mites as much. Oh, we can't forget the natural fibers, cotton, jute, sisal.
Those natural fibers bring in such a nice earthy feel. What are their pros and cons?
Well, cotton's great, washable, often reversible, a good option for busy areas, kid-friendly too.
Practical and stylish. Okay,
Yeah.
what about jute and sisal?
Super durable, great texture, but they don't love moisture, so maybe not the best fit for bathrooms or kitchens.
Good to know. So many choices. We've got this whole world of rug materials, each with their quirks and their care instructions. But one thing's for sure, no matter what you choose, it's gonna get dirty.
It's inevitable, right?
Yes.
Foot traffic, dust, spills, it all adds up. And you know what all those articles we read emphasized? Neglecting regular cleaning can actually ruin your rug.
Wait, seriously, I have to admit I'm guilty of putting off rug cleaning sometimes. I had no idea it could actually damage them.
Oh yeah, think about it. All those fibers, natural or synthetic, they're getting worn down by the dirt and grime.
So it's like tiny little pieces of sandpaper slowly destroying our beautiful rugs.
Exactly. And the longer you wait, the worse it gets.
You're making me want to go vacuum my rugs right now.
It's never a bad time for a little rug refresh. And speaking of things that might make you want to clean, have you ever noticed how the colors on a rug can fade? Especially in those high traffic areas.
All the time, like a roadmap of my daily routine.
Right. But it's not always just foot traffic. Sunlight is a big one. And obviously, those spills we talked about, those can leave a mark, especially if you don't clean them up right away.
And then there are the things we can't even see. Dust mites, allergens, all having a little microscopic party in our rugs.
A microscopic rave. And the longer you go without cleaning, the bigger that party gets. And the harder it is to get rid of those unwanted guests.
So we've established cleaning our rugs, it's not just about aesthetics, it's about their health and longevity too. But how often are we talking? And what about those deep cleans? Is that a DIY project or do we call in the professionals?
Those are great questions, and ones we will absolutely get into right after this break. Stay tuned.
And we are back, talking all things rugs, deep cleaning. That was our cliffhanger before the break. DIY or call in the pros, expert speaker. What do you think?
Well, it's like anything else, right? Sometimes you want to bake a simple cake at home, and sometimes you need to call in the fancy bakery for something, spectacular.
Okay, I like that analogy. So for rugs, what falls under simple homemade kick?
Regular vacuuming. That's your foundation. Gets rid of the surface stuff before it has time to work its way in and cause real damage.
So good basic preventative care, like brushing your teeth, but for your rugs.
Exactly. You wouldn't skip brushing your teeth, right? So
Yeah.
try to vacuum your rugs at least once a week, maybe more if it's a high traffic area.
Got it, make it part of the routine. But what about the messier stuff? Spills, pet accidents, all those moments when you just want to, burn the rug and start over.
We've all been there. Okay, rule number 1, don't rub. Blot, blot, blot. Use a clean cloth, work from the outside in. That way you're not spreading the stain.
Blotting, got it. What about the stains that just won't quit, though? Asking for a friend.
Well, that's when you might need to bring in the big guns, cleaning solution. But be careful. Make sure it's designed for rugs and for your rug's material. Always test it on a hidden spot first.
Safety first. But yeah, I have a feeling there are some situations where even our best efforts just won't cut it.
Oh, absolutely. Some things you just have to leave to the experts. They have the tools, the knowledge. Think deep-set stains, pet odors, mold, mildew, that kind of stuff.
Speaking of the experts, before the break, you mentioned neglecting regular cleaning could actually shorten a rug's lifespan.
It's true. Think about it. You wouldn't drive your car for years without, an oil change, would you?
My car would probably fall apart if I tried that.
Exactly. Rugs need maintenance, especially the natural fiber ones, like wool. Dirt builds up over time, gets ground into the fibers, and that causes damage.
So are you saying professional cleaning is like a spa day for my rugs?
Basically, they have the tools to get all that deep down stuff out, making your rug look amazing and helping it last longer. It's an investment, not just an expense.
That makes sense. But professional cleaning, it can be pricey. Are there ever times when it's just not worth it?
That's a good point. It's a cost-benefit analysis, right? You have to consider the value of the rug, both in terms of money and sentimental value.
So a family heirloom rug or like a super high-end one, probably worth the splurge.
Definitely. But if it's a cheaper rug, easy to replace, and the damage isn't too bad, you could probably handle it yourself.
Makes sense. But no matter who's doing the cleaning, using the right methods seems crucial. We talked about Axminster and Wilton carpets earlier. Any special considerations for cleaning those?
Oh, absolutely. Remember those intricate weaving techniques. That's what makes them so special. But it also means they need special care. Axminsters, for example, they have that cut pile, which can fray if you're not careful.
So not the best DIY project then.
Probably not. Wiltons are a little more durable. They've got those looped piles.
Doesn't mean they're indestructible, though, right?
Nope. Even the toughest rug needs regular cleaning.
So the bottom line is, if you've got one of those high-end carpets, professional cleaning is probably the way to go.
Think of it like taking a priceless painting to an art restorer. You want someone who knows what they're doing.
Great analogy. And speaking of expertise, before the break, you mentioned some interesting rug trends in different parts of the world. Something about Australia and their love of wool rugs. Why is that?
Good question. We'll dive into that and more global rug trends right after a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
We're back, ready to hop around the globe and talk about rug trends. Before the break, we were about to head down under. Australia, land of sunshine, and apparently lots and lots of wool rugs. Expert speaker, what's the deal?
Well, for one thing, Australia gets cold. Those chilly nights, you need something cozy on your toes.
Can't argue with that.
But it's more than that. Australia is a huge wool producer. Some of the best wool in the world comes from there. Sustainable, too.
So it's like they've got this local eco-friendly option right there.
Exactly. Plus, Australians really appreciate natural materials, good craftsmanship, and wool rugs totally fit that vibe.
That makes sense. Those beautiful handcrafted wool rugs really do add something special to a room. What about North America? Any trends there?
North America is all about eco-consciousness these days. People looking for sustainable rugs, organic cotton, bamboo, recycled fibers.
So stylish and sustainable. I like it.
Right. And it's not just about the rugs themselves. People are also using more eco-friendly cleaning products, plant-based things, even steam cleaning.
It's great to see rug care going green. All right, last stop on our global rug tour. The UK. We know they love those fancy wool carpets, the Axminsters, the Wiltons.
Oh, absolutely. The UK's got such a long history of carpet weaving. Those high-end wool carpets, they're practically family heirlooms, passed down for generations.
Imagine the stories those carpets could tell.
Right. And because they're so valuable, people really take care of them.
Mm.
Professional cleaners, they have special techniques just for those delicate carpets.
It's amazing how different parts of the world have their own little rug cultures. Different values, different environments. It all plays a role.
It really shows you rugs aren't just things we walk on. They're part of our homes, our cultures, our histories.
So well said. Okay, before we wrap up our rug adventure, any final words of wisdom for our listeners?
Number one, regular care. A little bit of effort goes a long way. Vacuum often, clean up spills right away, and don't be afraid to call the professionals when you need to.
And when you're choosing a rug, think about your lifestyle.
Exactly. Got kids, pets, a tendency to spill red wine, maybe skip to silk rug. It's all about finding the right rug for the right person and the right space.
And remember, a good rug, it can really make a room sing. Adds warmth, style, personality.
It's the foundation of a well-designed space. So next time you're admiring a rug, remember, it's more than just something to walk on. It's a piece of art, a piece of history, maybe even a future heirloom.
I love that. Well, on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive. I don't know about you, but I learned a ton.
Me too. You can really fall down a rabbit hole with rugs. Who knew?
Thanks for joining us on this rug-tastic journey. Until next time, happy cleaning.